Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 9 p.m. English news edition brought to you live from RTD channel. The top stories of tonight are: at the palace of the Republic, President Ismail Omar Guelleh met with the Vice President of Ethiopia's ruling party to discuss bilateral cooperation. In Doha, the UN conference highlights efforts to combat corruption in the digital age. Welcome back in our newsroom. We begin tonight news with the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, who received the presidential palace Aden Farah, Vice President of Ethiopia's ruling Prosperity Party, who led a high-level delegation from his country. The delegation included Ethiopia's Minister of Transport and Logistics, Dr. Alemu Sime, Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Berhanu Segei, and the Ethiopian Ambassador to Djibouti, Legesse Tulu Abra. The visit reflects the regular and ongoing exchange between Djibouti and Ethiopia, founded on the principle of regional integration and sustainable development. The discussion focused on assessing progress in joint projects and exploring more effective ways and means to implement the strategic partnership between the two friendly and brotherly countries, Djibouti and Ethiopia. From the Djiboutian side, the meeting was attended by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Abdul Qadir Hussein Umar, the Minister of Equipment and Transport, Hassan Mohamed Ibrahim, the Secretary General of the Presidency, Mohamed Abdullah Wais, the Chairman of the Port and Free Zones Authority, Abu Bakr Umar Hadi, and the Director General of Djibouti Railway, Mahmoud Robley. Djibouti and Ethiopia remain a successful model of economic integration. Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, accompanied by the Secretary General of the Prime Minister's Office, Naguib Abdullah Mohammed Kamil, the Director of the Cabinet, Yusuf Aulad, and the Chief of Staff, Ali Silai, visited the Ecotech West Recycling Center, a project launched by the Kobesh Group as part of the Arts and Glass Djibouti initiative. The visit highlighted the environmental importance of the center, which specializes in recycling plastic waste and reducing pollution. Located in Humbuli neighborhood, the facility spans approximately 640 square meters and has a production capacity of around 300 kilograms per hour, equivalent to 10,000 plastic bottles per hour. At the center, PET bottles are crushed into flakes and then proceeded and then processed into granules, which are later used to manufacture new bottles. Other type of plastic are also processed with a capacity of up to 100 kilograms per hour. According to the center's management, the project began in 2014 and gradually expanded to include water and beverage bottles. It saw a major development with the official opening of the new PET unit in November 2023. Let's not forget that the project aims to reduce pollution, regulate the waste recovery sector, and promote the use of recycled plastics. And at the conclusion of the visit, Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed did not fail to praise the exemplary initiative. Next, we head to Addis Ababa, where the Speaker of the National Assembly, Dileita Mohamed Dileita, participated today, Thursday, in the East African Parliamentary Alliance for Food and Nutrition Security held in Addis Ababa. This high-level participation reflects Djibouti's firm commitment to making food and nutrition security a cornerstone of sustainable development, public health, and the well-being of its population, in line with both national and regional priorities. Mr. Delita was accompanied, let's not forget, by Djibouti's ambassador to the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Abdi Mahmoud Haibe, leading a significant parliamentary delegation that includes a member of the African MPs Alliance for Food and Nutrition Security. The Djiboutian delegation made a substantial contribution to key discussion aimed at strengthening legislative and policy frameworks for food and nutrition security across the whole region. Let's bear in mind that the meeting provides a crucial platform for East African MPs to assess progress and develop joint strategies to combat hunger and malnutrition, particularly amid regional challenges such as climate change and economic pressures. In his speech, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Delita Mohamed Delita, did not fail to highlight the key role of parliamentarians in promoting laws, monitoring budget, and making sure every citizen has enough food. Let's come back to the capital under the high patronage of the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, and in close collaboration with the NGO Global Djibouti Diaspora. The People's Palace today hosted the inaugural National Forum for Djiboutian citizens living abroad. This historic gathering brought together government officials and representatives of Djiboutian living abroad for a constructive dialogue on the strategic role of the diaspora in national development. The opening ceremony was attended by senior government and diplomatic officials, including Mohamed Hassan, Secretary General for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Ambassador Agil Idris Omar, Director of Multilateral Relations, Hassan Hussein, President of the NGO Global Djibouti Diaspora, alongside many prominent members of the Djiboutian community living abroad. The organization of this forum, entirely dedicated to Djiboutian living outside the country, reflects the firm commitment of President Soumaïl Omar Guelleh and his government to recognize and strengthen the pivotal role of the diaspora in economic, social, and cultural development. In his speech, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation spokesperson of the government did not fail to welcome this first edition, emphasizing that the event will enhance connection between the nation and its citizens around the world. The forum focused on several key themes, including strengthening ties between the diaspora and national institutions, leveraging the human and economic capital of Djiboutian abroad, exploring cooperation and investment opportunities in national projects. In his speech, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation welcomed this first edition and highlighted the importance of strengthening the ties between the nation and its citizens abroad. Let's listen to the Minister.
Le ministère des Affaires étrangères est honoré aujourd'hui d'organiser.
It is with immense pleasure and great pride that host today the first editions of the National Forum of the Djiboutian Diaspora Abroad. This historic gathering illustrates our commitment to recognizing and valuing the central role our diaspora plays in the development of our nation. It also represents a unique opportunity to strengthen ties between Djiboutian living abroad and our national institutions in order to build together a prosperous and shared future. The Djiboutian diaspora is a precious asset for our country, both in human and economic terms. Your skills, your experience, and your commitment are essential drivers for the progress and innovation in the services of Djibouti. Today, we wish to explore together the ways to mobilize this human and economic capital to support a structuring project that generates sustainable development throughout the national territory. Finally, this forum is much more than just a space for dialogue. It is a concrete proof of our commitment to promoting the active participation of the diaspora in the social, cultural, and economic life of our country. I encourage you to share your ideas, initiatives, and ambitions for Djibouti so that together we can strengthen our national cohesion and build a future where each of you can fully contribute to the prosperity of our nation.
And thereafter, the first national forum for Djibouti's citizens abroad officially opened, featuring a series of conferences and discussion on the crucial role of the diaspora in driving national development. The session focused on the challenges faced by Djiboutian living abroad, as well as the many opportunities for them to actively contribute to Djibouti's progress. The forum brought together government officials, representatives from several ministries and agencies, and a board a participation of Djiboutian from abroad who eagerly joined the event and shared their perspective. The forum provides a key platform to strengthen the ties between Djibouti and its citizens abroad, emphasizing the government commitment to mobilize their skills and knowledge and resources. This initiative reflects a long-term vision of inclusive development, harnessing the diaspora's potential to support sustainable growth and national prosperity. The president of the Djibouti Community Council in Australia also spoke about the forum, showing his perspective on the role of the diaspora in national development. Ahmed Bashir, let's listen to him.
Inshallah, and that will be something that we're looking forward, inshallah, bindillah kareem. And today we had the first forum and we discussed about all the issues we have and what we need as a diaspora. And alhamdulillah, the ministers, the member of the government took our questions, they responded, and there's more, and inshallah we're waiting for them to give us an answer, and that will be inshallah soon. And we are very happy, very, very happy about the outcome so far. And we'll see what's going to happen next. And alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I just want to say thank you for the government, thank you for the president, Ismail Omar Guelleh. This is his vision. He want to see the diaspora, that's what they're going to do for their people in Djibouti.
Moving on to the next story. Today, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mustafa Mohamed Mahamoud, presided over the closing ceremony for the National Arabic Language Week held alongside International Arabic Language Day. The event brought together ambassadors of Arab countries to Djibouti, senior officials from the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, and representatives from private Arabic language schools. The National Arabic Language Week reflects the Ministry's ongoing commitment to promoting the Arabic language, supporting innovative educational initiatives, and developing linguistic skills among students and teachers in line with a national effort to modernize the education system and enhance learning outcomes. The celebration concluded a full week of activities held across educational institutions nationwide. The morning featured diverse artistic performances, including traditional songs and dances, poetry recitals, and theatrical and musical presentation by students from both public and private schools, showcasing the high status of the Arabic language in Djibouti's educational system. The city of Gaza was prominently represented in the poems and speeches, including remarks by the Yemeni ambassador, who expressed deep concern over the severe suffering of Gaza's population, an issue that resonates across the Arab and Islamic world. He emphasized that Arabic as the language of revelation and the Quran is a vital tool for communication, dialogue, and understanding between the peoples and nation, while praising Djibouti's significant progress in Arabic language education. Minister Mustafa Mohamed Mahamoud concluded the official speeches by highlighting the ministry's ambitious and current strategy aligned with the roadmap set by the President of the Republic to fully promote the Arabic language. We now turn to the speech of the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mustafa Mohamed Mahamoud, who began by expressing his delight at participating in this important event, which is the National Arabic Language Week. He highlighted the ministry's commitment to promoting the Arabic language through curriculum reforms, teacher training, and improved teaching methods. He also emphasized the importance of developing students' linguistic skills and supporting innovative educational initiatives in line with the national roadmap for modernizing the education system. In a festive atmosphere reflecting the strong brotherly ties and close bilateral relation between Djibouti and Qatar, the Qatari ambassador to Djibouti, Rashid bin Shafi Al Mari, hosted an official reception at the Kempinski Palace Hotel yesterday evening to celebrate the National Day of the State of Qatar. Let's not forget that the event was attended by a distinguished audience led by the Minister of Islamic Affairs and Endowment, Mumin Hassan Barri, alongside several ministers, including the Minister of Youth and Culture, members of Parliament, accredited diplomats in Djibouti, representative of United Nations agencies and humanitarian organizations, as well as prominent military and civilian figures as well. The Qatari ambassador, accompanied by his senior staff, personally welcomed the guests and exchanged congratulations and well wishes. Attendees did not fail to praise Qatar's remarkable achievement, noting its ongoing political, economic, developmental, and humanitarian progress, as well as its respected regional and international standing. Let's be reminded that the ceremony featured the national anthems of both the countries, Qatar and Djibouti, symbolizing mutual respect and shared values, followed by the cutting of a commemorative cake between officials present at this ceremony. In his speech, the Qatari ambassador spoke about the growing friendship and cooperation between Qatar and Djibouti, built on mutual respect and shared interests. Let's listen to him.
This day is also an opportunity to reaffirm our pride and gratitude for the considerable progress and achievement of the State of Qatar under the wise leadership of His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the Emir of the State of Qatar. As you know, the State of Qatar has achieved numerous successes this year in various political, humanitarian, and economic files. On the political front, mediation to resolve conflict and establish peace in the world is considered one of the fundamental pillars of Qatar's foreign policy. Indeed, in recent years, Qatari diplomacy has acquired considerable expertise in this area, enabling it to become an influential and trustworthy mediator and to carve out prominent positions at the regional and international levels. Bilateral relations between the State of Qatar and the Republic of Djibouti have seen significant development thanks to the enlightened leadership of His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Emir of the State of Qatar, and His Excellency President Muammar Gelle, President of the Republic of Djibouti, particularly with regard to mutual visit and cooperation in the humanitarian and charitable field.
Let's now turn to the remarks of the Minister of Islamic Affairs, Mumin Hassan Barre.
On behalf of the government of the Republic of Djibouti and in my own name, I have the honor to extend my sincere congratulations and best wishes to the brotherly State of Qatar, its leadership, government and people on the occasions of its glorious National Day, and to offer my hopes for continued progress, prosperity and well-being. Under the wise leadership of His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Emir of the State of Qatar, the brotherly State of Qatar has achieved remarkable accomplishment in numerous fields, establishing itself as
Still with the national news, today the minister delegate in charge of decentralization, Qasim Harun Ali, received a Swedish delegation at his office as part of efforts to strengthen decentralized cooperation between the city of Dakhil in Djibouti and the city of Bollnäs in Sweden. This visit is supported by the International Organization for Migration, which accompanies the initiative to promote regional collaboration. Discussion focused primarily on the implementation of the Roads Agency project in Dakhil, a structural program aimed at enhancing local capacities in urban planning, road maintenance, and delivery of public services. This morning, the Arhiba Community Development Center hosted the launch ceremony of an awareness project aimed at improving nutrition, organized by the Al Fawzwa Association in partnership with the National Agency for Community Development. The initiative seeks to promote healthy eating practices within the community. The project focuses on educating residents about the importance of balanced and nutritious diets, encouraging the adoption of healthy eating habits, and contributing to better public health, particularly for women and children. The awareness session was led by the president of the Al Fawza Association, Mohammed Musa, and attended by the mayor of Balbala, the head of the National Agency for Community Development Project, local elected officials, young mothers, and representatives of civil society. The session featured interactive discussion covering key topics such as balanced nutrition, the prevention of malnutrition, and the adoption of healthy dietary practices in everyday life. In their respective remarks, the Secretary General of the Al Fawz Association, Ali Mohammed, the head of the agency's project, and the mayor of Balbala emphasized the vital role of nutrition as a key driver of development and community well-being. In his address during the event, the president of the Al Fawza Association, Mohammed Musa, reaffirmed his organization commitment to placing nutrition at the heart of its social initiative with the aim of improving public health and the well-being of local communities. Let's head now to Ubuk region, where the region received a high-level delegation including a representative from the International Organization for Migration, the Swedish Embassy, SIDA, and the European Union. The Ubuk region welcomed a high-level delegation. The event was attended by the prefect of the region, the president of the regional council, the director of social development at the National Agency for Social Development and Support, ADDS, along with the representative of sectoral institutions and local communities who gathered to review the approved community action plan. This plan is the result of an extensive consultation process with the local residents and reflects their strong desire to actively participate in dialogue and decision making related to their well-being, particularly in addressing the impact of migration flows. Communities in Ubuk region confirmed that the document accurately reflects their previously identified needs and express appreciation for the efforts made by the teams involved in its preparation. Let's be reminded that the project is being jointly implemented by ADDS and the International Organization for Migration with the objective of identifying needs, setting priorities, and delivering coordinated response for host communities. Taking the floor, the president of the regional council stated that the document accurately reflects the needs of the community, emphasizing that the action plan was developed following extensive consultation with the local residents to ensure its inclusiveness and relevance to realities on the ground. He stressed that cooperation between public authorities and local communities will be a key factor in advancing sustainable development and in supporting the groups most affected by migration-related challenges. For his part, the prefect of Ubuk region highlighted that the community action plan represents an important step in supporting local communities. He did not fail to note that the plan aims to strengthen residents' capacity to actively participate in decision-making process that affect their daily life. The prefects also underlined the focus on mitigating the impact of migration flows in order to protect host communities from potential negative effects while enhancing well-being and improving quality of life through practical programs and initiatives that respond directly to community needs. For his part, the director of the National Agency for Social Development and Support, ADDS, stated that the joint project with the International Organization for Migration aims to identify the needs of host communities and set priorities to address them in a coordinated manner. He emphasized the importance of listening closely to local populations and engaging directly with them to ensure that development initiatives respond to their real needs, particularly those linked into the impacts of migration. He also stressed that community participation and transparency in both planning and implementation are very important to the success of any sustainable development project. We now move to the international scene. The 11th session of the UN Conference on Anti-Corruption is underway in Doha with over 2,500 participants from 192 countries. Reports.
UN Anti-Corruption Conference in Doha showcases the latest digital strategies and technologies. The 11 sessions of the Conference of State Parties to the United Nations Convention Against Corruption is taking place in Doha, Qatar, with the participation of more than 2,500 representatives from government, law enforcement agencies, and civil society, from technologies and artificial intelligence to track money laundering operations, analyze financial data, detect irregularities, recover stolen assets, and strengthen accountability mechanisms for public officials and those in positions of power.
The Lusail Stadium in Qatar will host the final of the Arab Cup, where Morocco will face Jordan in a decisive match for the 2025 title. Mohamed Aden, tell us more.
Final pits Morocco against Jordan is at Lusail Stadium. Lusail Stadium in Qatar will host the final of the Arab Cup featuring Morocco and Jordan in a decisive match to determine the current edition's champion. The game is scheduled for Thursday with the kickoff at 7 p.m. Qatar time. The Moroccan national team enters this final after a solid run through the tournament marked by a balance between defensive disciplines and offensive efficiency. The Atlas Lions have relied on a squad blending young talent and experienced players, confirming the depth and competitiveness of Moroccan football on the regional stage. For its part, Jordan has achieved a historic feat by reaching the Arab Cup final opponents and approached this final match with ambitions and confidence.
So that's it for tonight news. Thanks for being with us and stay tuned for more program on RTD channel.